Good evening. I'm Yvonne Hart-Johnson, and it's so good to have everyone here tonight. We are here with Dr. Sumitra, and I'll let her introduce herself in a second. Also joining us is Jeffrey Johnson and Tony Bell, doctoral students from Bowie State University. So, Dr. Sumitra, if you would introduce yourself.
Yeah, thank you so much. Hello, all. Greeting to Dr. Otis Williams and Bowie State University doctoral students. And I'm talking from India. It's 4:30 a.m. here. And thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Thank you for
Thank you
being
for
here.
Thank you for being here. Thank you.
Most definitely.
We are really happy to have you here. And one of the primary reasons that we want to speak with you is to better understand India's mental health care system. And one of the things that we came across in our research is that the Dalit population might have challenges in terms of having access to mental health care. So as you think about the responses, and we'll pose three questions to you, if you could just kind of let us know and kind of interweave that part of the discussion. We're interested in culture, what we're interested in worldview, and even the biases and potentially the attitudes towards mental health and how you all view mental health. So having said that, I'll go ahead and pull back and ask the first question. You've already been sent the questions in advance, but I'll go ahead and ask the first question. The first question has to do with mental health and how classism may impact the access to mental health care as well as the quality received.
Yeah, thank you. As you know, India has a long history and ancient history of having a lot of meditations, culturally having like the soothing, peaceful way of living, and whole having a culture where you support each other. So, we also have a caste system also, so which we have, so it is very difficult, and again the biases against the mental health also. So all those things reflects on each one's attitude and accessibility to mental health. So it is very neglected, I would say. Of accessing, when you have something, first of all the diagnosis is difficult, then taking saying that this is the problem and going to the mental health is a stigma to the family also. Most of the time it is shoved under the carpet, and if you are underprivileged or from coming from the lower caste background, it is more so. And culturally, that it is more of accessing to your lot of local practices, having local solutions for that, which is not so much to tied up with the actual practices and the treatment, and which affects the mental health person also, and moreover the caregivers around them. It takes tolls on everybody. And if you have some problem, let's get them married, so it gets cured. Like education, lack of education makes it more pronounced. Awareness makes it more pronounced. You're not aware about all those things, and this is like addressing grief, losses, which leads to postpartum depression. All those are normalized a lot, and this happens in lower class more, because then there is less awareness, less education, and mental health policy was just introduced in India. So it is not for everybody. Like if you, the psychiatrists, counselors, or psychologists are not freely available. Maybe in bigger urban cities, whether rural, semi-rural, going to a psychiatrist or a counselor is taboo. So this is how, what I think it's everywhere, and here because the scheduled caste is a quite major chunk, so it happens all. There are public health services, there are hospitals which are free. Now there are a lot of schemes are coming up, Ayushman Bharat. There are newer thing, the telemedicine where the access is not there, so you can access that also. There are a there are support groups. I wouldn't say it is knowingly there, but there are a lot of support groups are there in practice in India. Like there are a religious group, there are so those are mainly help each other going through this trauma. So people generally find in solace into that, a part of that, but it is not, it is untraditional one, so not the mainstreaming happening for the mental health. So like taken every villages or every small town has this support group in their space, so they kind of access that. And but it is not escalated when you need to more individualistic mental health support, or you need to have prescribed medicine, or even if the regular therapies also.
I heard you say that some of the techniques that you guys may use for people are like meditation,
Yeah,
in yoga, I guess,
yeah.
which is the persons are suffering with severe or pervasive mental illnesses. I can see that that might be difficult for them to partake in doing yoga or meditation.
Okay, okay. So as I was saying, the yoga or meditation or the form of yoga is a part of everybody's life in India. Be
Right.
it if you are any religious, but it is some part of it, like getting up, rituals, morning things, or having those quiet moments, or so. And there are a lot of festivals which, or the religious practices promote that also. And but as you say, if there are severe cases, and if they are not, like there is some needs really individual help, then it becomes very difficult. So that it is suffering of lot of like immediate family having to go to lot of and for year chronically they are kind of taking that burden on themselves and doing it. So very, I think last resort they go to psychiatrist. Openly has a lot of stigma about it,
Right.
or they try to kind of put it behind the doors, not revealing to their friends or families like this is what is happening.
Yeah, thank you again, Dr. Sinitra. I've been looking at Western influences on your mental health system. And you made two comments that I'd like for you just to go ahead and follow up on. You mentioned the word psychotherapy or psychoanalytic availability, and you also mentioned that seeking mental health could be seen as a form of taboo by family members. Is there a linkage between the type of treatment that people they frown upon, or is it all mental health is kind of frowned upon to go ahead and see someone outside the family, outside certain circles?
Yeah, a good question. So it is generally frowned upon, like a person from family is going for regular therapy or going to seek the mental health support. So it is not yet accepted, and this is also a illness, or this is a person needs help. So and so if that is not acknowledged, then the person himself does not understand that I need help and I need to go out and ask for the help. So and that is also with the counselor and psychotherapist also, like how can you support that person and to support himself. So this is what is quite a taboo yet. It's not very common practice that, and right now as a Western practitioner, as you were saying, like a lot of people, like if they are going through some grief trauma, they try to go to take help, but it's not so coming. Maybe younger generations are understanding that, and they are trying to do the avail the practices, or do that kind of has a ability to choose from, not yes or no, so they are doing it.